Some of the world's top minds in renewable energy and nanotechnology gathered at the University of Denver for a big summit this week. Colorado is becoming a huge hub for nanotech. That's the science of creating new and amazing materials from tiny particles as small as 1/10,000th the width of a human hair. It's opened up a whole world of new inventions and materials, and that's of special interest to companies involved in trying to find new ways to power the world. At the summit were entrepreneurs like John Findlay, who's developing a ceramic nanofiber which makes a perfect catalytic converter for lawnmowers and snowmobiles.
Probably a $10 billion market, and think of all the kinds of engines from small engines up to huge locomotives that run ships and trains and so forth. Generators is another big part of that. The second market is in the energy industry. We have abundance of coal, and 50% of our energy, electric energy, is made by coal. This technology has the ability to make coal a clean-burning fuel, and that's a big market.
The director of NREL, Dan Arvizu, spoke of exciting changes that the new technologies will bring us.
I would say that we've got still, we're starting to, we've got the training wheels on, and we're starting to move, I think, very shortly. Within the matter of just a few years. I think we'll begin to see new products in the marketplace. I think we'll be able to see certainly a new enthusiasm in embracing this at the local community level.
Rafat Ludin was born in Afghanistan. He lives in the Denver area now, but he commutes back and forth to his native country, helping build sustainable villages. Ludin says a life-changing experience caused him to get involved in building homes in Afghanistan. He says he suffered a stroke. It was during his recovery that he decided to put more into the world than he was taking out.
Any type of economic development that happens enhances the quality of life of people, gives people something to lose, and if they have something to lose, they do everything not to lose it, and that contributes to peace building and so on and so forth. So I think it fits one with each other very well, but ultimately it is to enhance the quality of life of people, and if they have a higher quality of life, they are happier people, and consequently we have a happier world.
One special guest was 95-year-old Dr. George Loff, a major pioneer in solar energy. In fact, he designed and built his first solar home in Boulder in 1943. He liked the idea of solar so much that in 1957, he built a second solar home in Cherry Hills Village. He says over those decades, solar has been very, very good to him.
It's probably saved, well, whatever 50 years times a couple $100 a year.
President Jimmy Carter was so impressed after meeting Loff that he went back to Washington, D.C. and put solar panels right there on the White House. Among the many faces at the Nano Summit are people who are developing, inventing, and dreaming, all working towards what promises to be a changed world. Get ready, the future is coming. This is Ward Lucas with your Technology Moment.